Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Curseof and welcome back to another video. And ladies and gentlemen, today we are here for something pretty big. Today I am bringing you guys the breakdown of the very first large tournament for the GX Duel Academy box, that being the Toxic Legacy series. And who else better to bring into the fray, into the curseof Yugioh channel for the very first time, may I add you, than the better half of the Toxic Legacy series, Toxin. Welcome to the channel.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Curseof's channel. Thanks for having me, buddy. I'm very excited to be doing this today. I've been thinking about it like all weekend at this point.
Yeah, no man, not a problem. I'm very, very happy to have you. We've been talking about collabing for a while here now, and this just seems like the perfect outlet to do it.
Oh yeah, it's the perfect way to get it done and over with. Happy that we were able to work together for this tournament to get it started, and it's a perfect way to like integrate myself into your channel, and hopefully we can do more stuff on mine later.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But without any further ado, because we all know what you guys are here and what you're waiting for, we're going to jump right into talking about the decks. And instead of starting off at the breakdown, let's go ahead and start off here with the pie chart and just show you guys what decks did indeed top. So I will bring up the pie chart on the screen here for you guys now. And as you can see, we had a very diverse top 8, like a lot more diverse than I was expecting personally.
Oh yeah, it's like kind of crazy to see the amount of like diversity we did get in this one. Like whenever I was going over the list, I was like extremely surprised that people weren't just like, oh, I want to win this like $100. I want to play Moth, and I was like very surprised to see like we didn't see so much of it. It was just like a decent amount of different decks.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we did have like a decent bit of time to test, and as you can see, I guess a lot of people tested some very, very interesting stuff. So why don't we just jump in here, and I'll just get the one that, you know, no one cares about out of the way. We got Moth here. Moth is still Moth, still plays Cocoon, still plays all the good stuff. I think literally the only difference in the Moth builds is they play DD Warrior Lady now because it's more good stuff. It's just the best staple from the Duel Academy box. And some of them play Rhoda to search it as like a one of. That's about it.
Too good. Too good.
Yeah, Moth is still crazy. Sacking your opponent's monster and getting a 3500 beat stick still isn't fair. Fun fact. Why don't we move on to the second one here? We got Warrior Burn.
Now, Warrior Burn is played with Digging for Gold or David. I usually call this deck David Warriors. Like David Warriors is what I call this deck. If you guys don't know what that skill does, it says you use it during the main phase by banishing 3 cards from your graveyard. Then you just draw a card, but you can only use that skill once per duel. So you just banish 3 of your cards from your graveyard, draw 1, and then you just play good burn cards in your deck and good warrior monsters like DD Warrior Lady, Nightmare Wheel, Zoma. It's just a bunch of really powerful cards that you just throw into the deck. Have a skill that lets you draw one that's not Moth, and it's just yeah, it's really good.
No, it really is. I honestly never thought about using the skill, but we won't get too in depth on the decks here because we will actually start displaying them later on. Let's just move on here to the very next one, and the next one is Cyber Angels. I mean, a lot of us knew CAs were going to be good. You summon a very consistent 3500 beat stick with double protection, or if you don't want to go all the way in on the 3500 beat stick with double protection, summon a 2800 beat stick with 1 protection, and you know, like,
it does burn damage.
Exactly, and it's so consistent. And speaking of NPCs being playable, Emma?
Oh yeah, Ritual Ceremony is crazy. It's like this entire format is now like generic characters that don't actually exist.
Yeah, literally just NPC the format. NPC format. Let's go. We got it. We got a name for it. We've dubbed it. But yeah, like I said, a lot of you were expecting CAs to be good. Something that I never expected to see coming into the top cut here is Rat Control.
Oh, I love Giant Rat, man. That's one of my favorite cards in Go, and now it's in Speed Duels and doing well.
Yeah, really, really well. But yeah, do you want to talk about this here for them?
Sure. Rat Control is pretty much a deck brought to us by Lucas Gaylord. You guys know him as the Clown.
The Clown special.
Yeah, it's just an entire deck based around controlling the boards through DD Warrior Ladies, and then Giant Rat floating into your Zombinas that get or Monster Reborn from Haunted Shrines, and then Zombinas also go into Exploder Dragon, which if you don't know is a monster card that came into GX box where if it's destroyed, the monster that destroyed it is destroyed with it, and you can also use it as an aggro card because during your turn, if you attack into a monster with it, you don't take battle damage with it. So
Yeah.
you just get to destroy any monster in attack position with this dragon, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, no, for sure. And a lot of people, or at least Lucas said that a lot of people were saying that he was playing a stall deck. This is not a stall deck. It is a control deck. There's a difference. There's a difference. He's not trying to deck you out. He's not trying to stall you. He is controlling the board. It's different. Okay. But moving along here, once again, we have Dragoon Turbo. And I just want to let everyone know here that hats off to me and Terramaster here making this video way before the set even came out. Let's go.
It's so funny that deck actually does really, really well. You guys pretty much saw the future, looked into the future.
Looking, yes, looking into the future. But no, Dragoon Turbo is just a deck that just plays 3 Allure, 3 Plasma, 3 Dogma normally, and just summons like one of the best boss monsters just in the game, period. Yeah, Destiny and Dragoon is absolutely nuts. The revival is huge. The 3000 attack and 3000 defense that can burn, it's honestly absurd, and I was so sad that I got matched up against it twice.
It's such a good deck, man. Oh, you got matched against it twice?
Yes, I did.
There's only 5 of them, man. How'd you do that? It's okay. Lucas was like, by the way, I got matched against Moss like 4 times. I was like, dude, that's not even possible.
Not even possible. But yeah, and then honestly, the next one I think is just the most interesting of the top cut. For me personally, I didn't think this skill was going to do anything.
It is my favorite skill from the GX box. It is my all-time favorite skill from the GX box. It is Room for Growth, and it just gives a level 3 or lower monster on your field times 300 attack equal to its level once per turn. So you turn any of your level 3 monsters into beat sticks, and I love Enchanted Fitting Room Turbo.
Yeah, and another thing I want to bring up too, which is a huge buff to EFI. Well, first off, we have another 1700 beyond just Sonic Duck, that being, I think it's called, what is it, Hunter Dragon?
Hunter Dragon.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay. So we have a second 1700 beat stick, and we have Mirror Force. I mean, just a break, but it's basically Mirror Force.
Oh yeah, we brought Mirror Force to speed duels.
Let's go. But yeah, lots of crazy decks here. Very, very diverse top 8. But I know what you guys are thinking. How many of each of these decks was brought? What does the breakdown look like? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I won't leave you guys waiting anymore. Here is the bar graph of all the decks that were brought, and unsurprisingly, Moth is at the top here. People still play Moth. Can the community stop? Please, it's not fun. How do you enjoy this?
I mean, I like Volcanic Moss. That's my favorite build of that deck right now, but, I've been playing the same deck for like 2 years now. I do like something different.
Yeah, no, for sure. But alas, we do see 6 people coming into the tournament with Moth, and 2 of them topping. So I mean, like, it could be worse. It could be better.
Yeah, all 6 of them could have topped.
Oh my god, don't even say that. But yeah, so 6 of the Moth, 6 of the Warrior Burn, which similarly was also a 2 out of the top 8. So the 2 most represented get 2 slots in the top 8 here. But Dragoon Turbo, look at this. 5 people brought Dragoon Turbo?
Oh yeah, 5 people in total brought Dragoon Turbo, and I was very excited to see that. Mostly whenever, like I told you before all this, I was just so surprised that Moss wasn't the biggest deck, and I was seeing like crazy decks like Warrior Burn and Dragoon Turbo.
Then we have CAs here, Cyber Angels, chilling at 3, and we've seen one of them top. That's a nice 33% of the decks topping. Pretty solid. And,
oh yeah.
Volcanics was brought as a 3 of. This is a deck that I was on. My side deck was terrible. I'll leave it at that. Crystal Beasts. I'm surprised I didn't see Crystal Beast top, in all honesty. I don't know how well they performed. I know one of the Crystal Beast builds was a bit of a weird, more like fun-oriented one, I'll say, because I played against it. Next up, we have Spellproof. I honestly figured Spellproof. Spellproof is always popular early format, and then people realize that it's usually not that good and stop playing it. Let's move right along here. I talk too much about Spellproof. It's a bit of a favorite deck of mine. Room for growth. Wow, 3 people. Hello.
Yeah, that's actually what's really cool to see. Like I said, it's one of my favorite decks, and whenever Tummy, I think his name is, show me his deck list, I'm like, dude, I want you to win. I was like, I am so excited for you to like win this tournament, and he topped 8, and I was like, let's go.
Let's go. Magnet Warriors at 2. I kind of figured Magnet Warriors would be brought a little bit here because Just to Break is a solid buff for the deck. So seeing it at 2, not that surprising, but cool. And then we have Rat Control at 1. And literally the only reason I had to include this, not in the other section, is because it topped. So
right, exactly.
It got its own bar. But moving along here into the top 8 decks, let's go ahead and jump right into, you know what, let's get this out of the way. Here's Moth.
Yep, 3 DD Warrior Ladies, that's it. They main deck Mind Crush, which is also really cool.
It was very interesting. It was definitely weird. I actually did play against this Moth deck during Swiss. It was definitely weird to see Mind Crush in the main. I won't lie. Was not expecting it, but yeah, no, it really is just your standard Moth build to play Sphere. You know, people jump back and forth on Sphere Karibo, but DD Warrior Lady is literally the only like new introduction to the deck. Besides that, it's just your Moth engine good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's go right just past that on by here. Let's talk about the next one that was at 2 in the top, and we got Warrior Burn, and this is the standard build that Toxin was bringing up with David, right?
Right, it's the David Warrior deck.
David Warrior. A good few new cards in this one though. We have DD Warrior Lady, and we have Toxin. You know the name of this card?
That's the Warrior of the Wasteland.
Thank
Warrior
you.
Lady of the Wasteland. She's really cool. Whenever she's destroyed by battle, she floats into 1500 attack point Earth Warrior monster.
Yeah.
So she floats right into that swordswoman that's sitting next to her.
Yeah, it's basically like a kind of like an alternative giant rat. She also floats into herself.
And Exile, of course.
But what makes her a little bit better than Rat is that she is searchable.
Yeah, Reinforcements of the Army gets her right out of the deck, so you get to play that card at 5 copies.
Yeah, Rhoda is very, very good, guys. It's very good. Rhoda's a good card.
This deck is actually really, really cool.
It is really, really cool. We've seen a good few people playing Digging for Gold last format, and it's coming into this format with just some new support to help make it a little bit better, and it's performing well.
Yeah, it really is. Good job, David. I'm proud of you, man.
Good job,
the Warriors
David.
are great.
Going off into the next one here, let's get Dragoon Turbo out of the way. Most of you guys know what this deck does. If you don't, is this viable is linked in the cards right now. Me and Terramaster went over this deck and just basically break it down and how it just beats the meta.
Let's go.
Yeah, and moving off here, this one I'm going to leave completely up to you because I know you love this deck. Here's our Room for Growth in the top 8.
This is called Duck.
Duck, let's go.
Because you play 3 Sonic Duck, and then you also play, you know, your Hunter Dragons and your Zombie Dragons, and then you play your one Allure. So the fact that Hunter Dragon came to the game as a 3-of is really good because it's a Dark Dragon. So you can actually use your Allure in here to get to your Enchanting Fitting Rooms or your Just Deep Breaks faster.
Yes.
Just Deep Break, like we brought up earlier, is a mirror force for your normal monster. So not only is every single turn you're creating a, what is it, 2500 attack point monster, I think?
Gains, what, 9?
2600 attack points.
Yeah.
For your Duck. So not only are you getting that every single turn, you're protecting it with your Justy Breaks as a mirror force. Creature swap's also in there in case you go against the Moss, because 2600 doesn't stop Moss, but you can definitely give them a Duck.
No, yeah, Creature Swap is huge, man. And like another thing too, Creature Swap is like, it's a perfect main deck in this deck specifically, but versus Izana exactly, it is an amazing card because you can't just pop Izana because of its protection, but you can just take it. Now I have an Izana, what you gonna do about it?
Right, exactly.
But moving off here into the top 4, I just want to start off with this because I can't believe this topped. What?
Yeah, this is in top 4. This was crazy. We were all just like, what just happened?
Nice Mai, hello?
We see the Cyber Tutu get summoned into the semifinals, and we're like, wait, what's going on? And then No More Miss Nice by was, we're like, what is happening right now? It was so funny.
Yeah, I know. Cyber Tutu, honestly, a card I never even like read until you posted this deck list, and I was like, what does this card do? Hello?
It is actually so good. Any monster that can attack directly with this skill, I feel like it's very, very powerful because it just becomes an MST.
Yeah, no, literally. Tiber 2/2 is MST. Now, if your opponent sets a monster, you can't just hit them directly, but when Moth is in the format or you just need that like little bit of extra damage, this card is phenomenal. But yeah, no, honestly, I'm just really excited to see Mrs. Nice Mai, and just like you said, Toxin, it's just MST.
It's MST, buddy.
But yeah, let's move along from this deck here. Honestly, this deck shocks me. I could talk about this all day, but let's look at Moth again. Wait, what? Okay, both Moths were on Mind Crush? Hold up, what? Main deck Mind Crush?
Main deck Mind Crush is now the new play for Moth for whatever reason. I think it's because they're scared of the Izana.
Yeah, I guess Moth is... A lot of people seem to think that Moth just doesn't care about Izana. I heavily disagree, because if you had to set anything beforehand and you target that Izana, it's getting rid of a card. Right? Like if they made you go first, which, you know, CAs do want to go second, and then they set up that Izana and you're like, oh, I'm going to parasite it. Well, they're going to get rid of something, and it doesn't target. They do it on resolution, which is huge. And then the deck does have space to run Cosmic, to run Book. So I guess I do get the main deck Mind Crush, but main deck, I don't know, main deck is scary to me. But yeah, I mean, that's it for the top 4. We're going into second place here. And hello, Lucas Clownlord? Energizing Rat?
Energizing Rat Control. This deck is so cool.
This deck is crazy.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what Energizing Elements does, you flip this skill over, right? And you call Fire, Water, Earth, or Wind.
Yep.
And then all monsters in the field of that type gain 500 attack points for that turn. Now the skill stays face up after that, and after that turn, you can't use it again until all that attribute is off the field. Then it gets flipped face down again.
Yeah, so this works with all of the rats, both the Zombinas and the Exploder Dragon, which are all conveniently just Earth. He didn't opt for anything else. Guess he didn't think he needed anything else.
No, he did very well with controlling the game forward with these cards.
You go, Clownlord.
Good job, Lucas. Proud of you, buddy. But
if you guys have been paying attention, there was one deck on that pie chart that we have not talked about yet, and I knew this deck was going to be nuts. People were sleeping on it. People were Moth answers it. No, stop. Shut up. You're wrong. Look at this. First place. Cyber Angels.
30 card Cyber Angels.
And, like, arguably, 30 cards is potentially right for CAs, right? Because, like, DD Warrior Lady is a huge issue for them. And this just gives you more room to have answers for that Warrior Lady, and just more room to have more good stuff.
Right, exactly. And it's not like you're breaking on the ritual monsters every single turn now because they're the only thing you're playing. You actually have the ability to play other cards at your deck because you're playing it at the maximum amount you can. Yeah, and you know, some of you guys might be thinking, but consistency. I mean, like, what do you want to summon? What do you want to summon? Tell me, you want to summon Izana? Okay, well, good thing you have 6 copies. You want to summon just a ritual monster in general? Good thing you have 12 copies, and you always get your ritual spell for free because of Ceremony. Yeah, exactly. You have 12 ritual monsters. You're ritual summoning. Don't worry about it. But yeah, CA's managed to win the whole thing. I don't know if you're shocked, but I'm really not. Oh, I'm not at all. I was definitely expecting it to get top 4 or win it all, and it did win it all. Yeah. Once I saw how well the Rat deck was playing, though, I really was sitting here like, I don't know if Cyber Angels wins this. Yeah, no. I can't, like, the meta seems so diverse thus far, and hopefully in future tournaments we see less Moth top with the little bit of, like, the debuff that they got, right? Yeah, exactly. I hope it does affect it to a point where it's, like, not every single time is it the best deck. Like, it's Monday. We'll see, or it's, you know, whatever day it is that you're posting it. But right now it's Monday. We'll see in the showdown how well Moth plays. Yeah, no, for sure. But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have anything else to talk about here. Is there anything else you want to add here, Toxin? No, sir. Nothing coming from my end. All right. Well, thank you so much, Toxin, for joining me on this little video here. And, guys, if you're not already subbed to Toxin, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? He's linked in the description. Go check him out. He literally just uploaded a video going way more in depth on energizing rats. Like, what's wrong with you? Go check it out. Go watch it. I'm also releasing the first place video tomorrow as well. So. CA deck profile as well. But, yeah, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining me, man. Yeah, thank you for having me. I love doing content with everybody else. I love being part of the community, so hopefully we can do more in the future. Yeah, for sure. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys all sometime this week for another video.
That's a wrap. Peace.